So I made the decision to go ahead and buy this Apple brand Guard rain and stain repellent to put on my Louis Vuitton Vachettas. Say Vachettas with an S because several of my bags have the Vachetta on them. And so I'm just kind of laying this one out in the sunlight, not in the direct sunlight, but just in the sunlight, because I have noticed that it in my room, the way I have my stuff situated, it does patina on its own. If you can see on my Neverfull, it has patinaed on its own just by the sunlight that comes into this room. I haven't done anything to it, and occasionally I'll turn it so that it can all get some sun, but I don't have very many pieces that have the Vachetta, but I don't know if you can see there the difference. This one I use a lot, and it's patinaed very beautifully. It has a pretty natural tan color, and you can kind of see there. But my Neverfull, I've not really used it that much for it to have that same patina on it. Now, when I come over here to my luggage, I also have it sitting here. And this is the one that I put some of the leather oil on it. And it just basically sits here as well. And so if we take this one that has patinaed, you can see the difference between this one that's really tan and just the parts of my luggage that have not patinaed. Now this I left out as well, and this is a little bit darker than the rest. Not quite as dark as this here, and you can kind of see, oops. And so you can see there the difference, and here the difference, but this one really, I had it flipped it over, and you can see how the difference between the two. That's, and I'm sorry for the kind of the shadow there, but that was flipped over, and then here's this one that has patinaed a little bit more than this side. And so I went ahead and turned that over to try to see if I could get some more direct sunlight on it, as well as this here. I still want to spray them, and I feel like it's really important with my luggage, because at one point or another, and I took it out of this so that I didn't have like little lines in it, that it'll just be in the sun evenly. But at some point or another, I am going to get caught in the rain with that, and I want to go ahead and spray it. Now, all of my other Louis Vuitton items don't have that Vachetta. I don't really like to have Louis Vuitton items that have Vachetta. So I did buy my birthday present, and here I said I wasn't going to buy no more Louis Vuitton, but I found an item on my wish list, something that I had missed that I found recently that I went ahead and decided to purchase, and it has a lot of the Vachetta on it that I want to probably go ahead and spray as well. So I think that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to get a box from the garage, cut it out, use it as my protector on my floor. I may even do it here on the plastic on my desk, just so that I don't get it everywhere. And so let me go ahead and prep the area. Okay, so hopefully you all can see there. What I'm gonna do first is my Neverfull. And it already has, like I said, a pretty good patina. Even on the inside, I feel like it's really good. But the reason I want to go ahead and do this one is because I want it to have an even tan per se. And I want it to have the repellent. And so I'm going to spray it. I'm pretty far away. As you can see, you can't even see me in the picture. What I did was I got an old box that I got an order from Nordstrom, and I'm just gonna put it here and just spray it. Let's see if I can. Okay, there you go. So I am just going to spray it and try to get it as evenly as I can. And it says to use swishing motions, so it's hard not to use swishing motions. And so, as you can see, it kind of turned a different color. And so I'm going to go ahead and turn it around and do this other side. And this stuff is pretty strong smelling, so we'll go ahead and let that dry. And I am going to go ahead and do the little pochette. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to remove this part. Should be able to remove it. Yeah, there we go. And I'm just going to spray this there. And then I know a lot of people covered their canvas, but it's not leather, and I can't see anything happening to it really. I'm going to go ahead and spray this. Turn it around. Spray it again. And then I think what I'm going to do is grab a little paper towel and just wipe around it. Just like that. It seems like it's fine. It dries very quickly. Yeah, so I'm going to let that sit for 30 minutes. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put this upright. Hopefully it won't tip over so it can dry. And then I'll come back in 30 minutes and do it again. Okay, so I decided to go ahead and do this little purse too, even though it had already patinaed really well. I figured I would just go ahead and spray it just to protect it in case it ever got wet. And so I'm going to do my luggage tag and the little belt that holds it. And I want to go ahead and take it off so that there's not any marks in between. I'm gonna go ahead and let that side dry before I do anything else. Okay, so it's been more than 30 minutes and this stayed pretty good as far as like the way it looked before. So it still has a pretty good little tan on it. I'm not going to do this one again, but this still is darker than this back part, and I don't think it's meant to make the stuff darker. I think it's meant to just make it repellent to water. And so I'm going to go ahead and spray this other side. I'm going to spray everything a second time because it says let dry for 30 minutes and repeat. So it does say treat periodically, which makes me think that just because I do it one time doesn't mean that it's gonna be good for the rest of the time. So I think I'm just gonna do my luggage tag, just the front of it, and then the other two straps. But I'm not gonna do my Neverfull again. I think I'm just gonna leave it as is. I mean, if you have to keep doing it, I just don't see the point of really doing it time and time again. And how are you supposed to know when it has reached the time to do it again? So I think I'm just gonna leave it and just do this other side of this, since I had already started to do that, and just let it be good. But I don't see any splotching or anything on it, so I think it's pretty good to just spray them. It does smell like paint, so I would just say be careful with that, because it does smell like paint. And I don't have anything on this towel. I'm just wiping off the excess of the spray. So yeah, I mean, this one has a really good patina on it already. And so I think just leaving it out the way I have it will help it to patina more. And the canvas is in really good shape. So I don't know. I think it's up to you whether you want to do this to your items. I thought it was a one and done, but now that I see that it says treat periodically, I just think it's just gonna be a maintenance thing. I wouldn't want to keep doing this over and over again. So I think it's really up to you if you want to do it just to safeguard it and then be a one and done, or if you want to do it periodically just so that it'll stay protected. Okay, so I sprayed my luggage a second time, and I've already sprayed these twice already. So I'm just gonna spray this side. And that's it. I'll be done. So as I mentioned before, I guess if you want to, I'm not sure what periodically would mean to some people. Alexa, how would you define periodically?
This might answer your question. I have a couple definitions for the adverb periodically. 1. In a regular periodic manner. 2. Intermittently or recurrently.
In a periodic pattern. Okay. So yeah, I mean, I don't really see much difference with it. I think leaving it out helped as far as since I have them by the window in my room, I really feel like it helps it to patina on its own. So again, as I mentioned, I think it would kind of be up to you if you wanted to put the guard on there or not. I'll show you guys tomorrow what everything looks like. It's getting pretty dark today, and so I'll just kind of show you tomorrow what everything looks like. And I think it's just once it dries after you spray it, not much happens after that. I am gonna leave these out on my desk where the sunlight shines in, not directly into the window, but more so than just sitting over by my shelves. And hopefully I can get this to be a little bit more patinaed as this side is, because this is pretty light compared to this other side. So, but yeah, it didn't leave any spots or anything. It pretty much sprayed on pretty evenly. So I think it's worth doing it once if you want to, but I don't know about just a constant maintenance with it. I think I would rather it patina on its own and just try my best not to go out in the rain or cover it if it is raining. So yeah, I'll check in with you all tomorrow. Okay, so it's the next day and I just wanted to show you all. This is my little pochette that I went ahead and sprayed, and it stayed the same. If you can kind of see, it's still a lighter color than this one that I feel has patinaed completely. And it didn't have any changing of the color, like it didn't get darker or lighter or anything like that. It stayed pretty much the same. I think it would be beneficial to me to just continue to keep it and rotating it so that it can get as much sunlight as possible. As far as my luggage, same thing. It stayed pretty much the same color. It didn't patina anymore by spraying it. And so I really don't think that spray does any harm. I think it just helps protect it from future water stains. But as you can see, this was already on there, so that's not from spraying it. My luggage took a pretty big hit this last time we traveled, so. And that's to be expected with luggage. I mean, you cannot expect to keep that item flawless when you use it for travel. And these items that I've had here by my windowsill have remained the same also. They haven't patinaed very much, as you can see there. This has a pretty good color going on, but still not as much as it had this one that has fully patinaed. So this still has some to go. I think I will move it back to my luggage and just keep it on this side so that it can get a little bit more sun, and this one as well. But again, as I mentioned, it's up to you whether you want to use the Apple Guard. It doesn't hurt, but if you have to do it periodically, as it states, I personally don't want to keep up with that. So I think for me, it's a one and done. I'll do it one time, knowing that nothing will happen to my items. Not really think about it again, I would say. So I just wanted to follow up to let you guys know that when I did spray my items, and I did end up spraying my little bag back there, that's the cosmetic bag. And I didn't cover the Louis Vuitton canvas, and it's fine. It didn't damage it. It didn't dry it out. It didn't do anything. It kept it in the same condition. And all I did was wipe it off with a dry paper towel. The excess that got on the canvas, I just wiped it off right after I sprayed it. I did want to mention that the smell that was very distinct at first dissipated as it did with not darkening the canvas. So if you are wanting to buy the Apple Gardé just to be a repellent for your bags, I think it's wise to spray them, but it would be up to you if you wanted to constantly maintain that. I have seen videos where people didn't mention that they resprayed them and they felt like theirs stayed protected. So maybe it's just a warning that they like to put on the product. I'm not sure. But I know that I won't be spraying mine again. And I'm excited to share my new purchase with you all. And that will be in an upcoming video, simply because it's my birthday gift and I'm going to be doing a birthday unboxing. And also, I haven't received it yet. So hopefully I'm going to get it tomorrow. And I'm so excited. So stay tuned, stay blessed, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.